Without quitting these 7 bad habits, I never would have hit $10,000 a month in my business. Today, you'll learn which 7 habits are ruining your business success and how to fix them. Now, I want to point out that quitting these habits did not happen overnight. Between my 6 years of working professionally as well as running my own businesses, there are things that I learned over time, and they're the 7 habits that I've found are consistent across different fields, professions, and whether you're a junior or a senior level, these habits will hinder your progress. And so the faster you can learn to adapt and work through these bad habits and ideally get rid of them, the faster that you're going to see success in your business. The first habit I quit was quitting perfectionism. Now, I used to overthink every post, every video, every offer that I was going to put out there, and it slowed me down so much. Like, I used to not put out more than 1 video a week or even 2 weeks because I was so scared that if it wasn't perfect, it wasn't going to take off. But in reality, you should be putting out more imperfect videos, and that's going to give you a better chance of succeeding. I would make sure that I needed the amazing editing and the script had to be perfect. I scripted every single word, and I had to make sure that the thumbnail was like super nice photoshopped, and it was just so much money and effort and time that went into trying to make one video that didn't even do that well either because I hadn't put out enough content for it to even be successful. And so this is understanding that it's good to take imperfect action and that speed beats perfection. When you're able to get more output, that means you get more reps. So you get to train your muscles, your business muscles, your content muscles, your sales muscles, your client success muscles, whatever it is, you get to train those harder. So don't worry if things aren't 100% perfect. Just put it out there, get started, and you'll get 1% better every single day. If you do that in 1 year, you'll be 365% better than you were at the beginning. If you only put out 1 thing a week, or you only reach out to 1 client a week because you're scared of rejection and you have to make sure your pitch is perfect, you're only giving yourselves 52 chances at getting better. You only get 52% better than you were. If you just keep going every single day, the progress stacks. The second bad habit I quit was quitting the employee mindset. So the employee mindset means a couple different things. A lot of employees, they wait for somebody to tell them what to do. They're waiting for somebody to say, you need to do exactly this, this, and this, and then you're going to get the result. And a lot of times they won't take action until they get that. But the reality is, there probably won't be anyone who can tell you every single little thing that you need to do in order to be successful. An entrepreneur will get mentorship, or they'll pay to get like the roadmap or all the tools and resources and the direction. But when you're actually executing, there are going to be things that you have to figure out along the way, and you have to be okay with that. You have to understand that your future, your reality is in your own hands, not somebody else's. An employee does work for a company, and the company pays them, and the company deals with the clients and getting clients and delivering the major end results, and the employee just sort of helps along the way. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be an online coach, you have to understand that you are an entrepreneur. So that means you're going to be problem solving continuously, and you have to hold yourself accountable for your own life. And another way that I like to look at this is that employees often trade their time for money, while business owners and wealthy people in general know that you want to build systems that help you make money regardless of your time input. Now, one of the books, I absolutely loved this book. It changed my life. It allowed me to just completely shift my perspective on what life could be, was the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And in that book, he has this diagram, and there's the 4 quadrants. So here you have the employee, you have self-employed, you have the business owner, and you have the investor. And basically what they say is that on this side, you have people who are trading their time for money. So an employee, literally you get paid, whether it's salary or hourly, you have a hourly exchange for your time. And when you're self-employed, yes, you have your own business, but you're still capped at how much you can make. If you're just like one person helping your clients, you're still trading your time for money. If you get a $2,000 contract and it's going to take you 100 hours to finish it, you're still only making $20 an hour, right? You're still capped by the amount of time that you're able to put in. But what he says is that wealthy people focus on this side because these two, business owner and investor, allow you to make money regardless of your time. So an investor, literally they're just putting up capital. They're putting in their money, whether it's like a stocks or you're investing in a business or you invest in real estate, you're putting up the money and that money just makes you more money. So they can do whatever they want, their investment's making money for them. A business owner, if you don't have a lot of money to start off with, a lot of people start here with the business. And that's where I am. And if you're looking to start an online coaching business, there's a good chance that that's what you're doing too. And the goal is that you are building something from scratch. You are putting in a lot of time and a lot of work in the beginning. But what you're trying to do is eventually you're building systems, you're building a team, you're building the whole business so that you don't have to put in all of your time all the time. Eventually, if you do things correctly, the business can run almost without you. And you can just focus on super high leverage things that are going to help the business grow even more. And if you're an online coach, maybe you just really focus on helping your clients the best way you can and getting more clients for your business. So we want to focus on being an entrepreneur, being a business owner and an investor. And when you start out with your own business, you are investing in your own business. You're putting money into it, you're putting time into it, you're putting your mental energy into it to grow this thing that can completely change your life. And real quick, I made a course helping coaches go from $0 to $10,000 a month, and I'm giving it away for free. It goes over everything you need to start building your coaching business. So if you want my 6-figure coaching blueprint, just click the link in the description below and you can get it for free. All right, so the next habit that I quit in order to be successful was quitting my fear of sales. Fear of sales is a big thing. Now, I grew up like this, and I know there's a lot of people who did as well, but a lot of people see sales as like this slimy business. Like, salespeople are just out to take your money. If it resonated with you, great. If not, just know that there's a lot of people out there who think like that. I had parents, family, everyone who really feel like salespeople are the worst. But the reality is the world runs on business, right? It's people and groups of people solving problems for each other. And businesses run off of sales. Salespeople are the life, the blood of a business. And salespeople can be slimy, but that's a bad salesperson, and you don't want to be a bad salesperson. You want to be a good one. And the way you need to reshift your mind is that salespeople are serving, okay? You need to see it less as selling and more about serving. Salespeople aren't just trying to convince and con you into buying something you don't need. A good salesperson is trying to help you make a really good decision for your future. If you have a problem and this company has the solution to your problem, a salesperson is that road in between. It's the bridge. It's the person who can talk to you and say, hey, let me learn a little bit about you and what you're trying to do. Okay, these are your goals and I can see you're struggling with, all right? So maybe if you were in fitness, it might be like, okay, you want to build muscle and get lean so you can see your six-pack, but you're struggling. You've been working out, you've been dieting, but you're not getting as much mass as you want, and you still have more fat than you'd like. So the salesperson can be like, we actually work with people like you all the time, and we have a program that's going to fix your issues with the way you're training and the way you're dieting. and it'll help you get that dream result you want. So a salesperson is providing that solution, that result that the prospect wants. If the prospect doesn't want it or doesn't need it, then you don't have to make the sale. You don't have to be desperate and try to force something down someone's throat. But a lot of people, they think they need one thing when they really need another. And so a salesperson can help them realize it and help them get that result that they truly desire. So quit your fear of sales, because once I did, it helped me a lot. I saw sales as an amazing skill, and it is very crucial for your business. The next bad habit I quit was quitting trying to do everything alone. When a lot of entrepreneurs start out, they try to do everything. You have to wear all of the hats, and that's totally normal and totally cool. But there are a few things that you can do to speed it up. One, you get mentorship. So instead of trying to figure out everything about business yourself, you can get someone who's already done a lot of the things you're trying to do to show you the mistakes they've made and show you the ropes. So you have some guidance, you have some mentorship, and you're not gonna waste so much time in the beginning. So mentorship and learning from people who are ahead of you is a great cheat code. It's a great shortcut to building your business. And on top of that, it doesn't always have to be mentorship. Let's say you don't have the money for it, you're not ready to invest in it. YouTube's an amazing place to start. There's so much content on YouTube, and people are just giving away knowledge because they want people to have it. A lot of good entrepreneurs genuinely want other people to succeed. So they share the information that they know. And then if you want to work with them, they can just help you even further and really make sure everything's dialed in to get you there. But there's so much amazing content on YouTube, so start there. Personally, once I figured out exactly what I wanted to do and I was dialed in on that, I invested in mentorship, and that just launched me forward in a way that I couldn't have otherwise. Another way to look at trying to do everything alone can also mean there's going to be a point where maybe you need to hire help, right? In the beginning, you might be a solopreneur trying to, like I said, wear all the hats, but at some point you might hire an assistant, or you might hire a content editor, or you might hire a sales team. Whatever it is that you need, just know that at some point you're going to try to build a team. And that goes into, remember the quadrant, the business is about building systems, and systems can include a team. So over time, you're going to want to not do everything alone and build a team. So mentorship and eventually building a team, great habits to build. Quit trying to do everything alone forever all the time. Now, the next bad habit I got rid of was quitting low ticket thinking. Now, I used to think that selling something for $100 was a lot of money. And it can be. $100, it's $100. It has value. But when you're trying to set up a coaching business, you want to understand that you're providing a lot of value. And especially if you're solving a bigger or more painful problem, people will pay higher ticket prices for it. So if you think that $100 and selling something for $100 is a lot, you should try and shift that thinking. All right, quit the low ticket thinking, because high ticket is selling for things at least $1,000 and up, often $2,000 and up. Anywhere from $1,000 to $20,000. You can even go ultra high ticket and sell something for $50,000 or more. And people buy it. Why do people buy it? Because they want the thing you're selling. They want that end result. They want the transformation that you're able to help them get. So you need to actually believe that there are people out there who will pay you $1,000 or more for your help, because it's the truth. If you're selling something people actually want, they will. And it's an amazing way to build a business faster by selling high ticket, rather than needing to sell 1,000 things at $10 every month to make $10K a month. You just need to sell 10 things at $1,000. And it actually becomes a lot easier. Now, the other thing to make sure is you don't want to underprice either. So some people, when they start out, they feel bad. They're like, no, I can't sell something for $1,000. Even though $1,000 is the low end of where they should. With time, they might be charging 2,000 or 3,000 or 5,000. But when you're starting out, maybe you're not as confident. They might take their thing that they should be selling for $1,000 and sell it for 100. And I don't want you to make that mistake either. And that's part of low ticket thinking. That's part of thinking $100 is a lot of money. Move away from low ticket thinking, embrace high ticket thinking, and I promise you, it's gonna completely change the results you're getting. The next bad habit I quit was quitting shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome. What is that? Shiny object syndrome is when people just jump between one thing to another when that first thing gets harder than they thought it would be. All right? So they'll jump from one strategy or one course or one niche or one business to another. And because they keep jumping, they don't actually make any progress. So rather than when things get hard and fighting through it and then seeing the progress, what happens is things get hard and then they start something new. And then they work on it, things get hard, and then they start something new. And then they never actually see this progress. So I see people doing this all the time, either with the business itself. They might jump from UGC to drop shipping and e-commerce to trading to online coaching. But really what you want to do is figure out what problem you want to solve and why. You need to have a why behind what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to burn out eventually. If you're making money but you don't actually like what you're doing, you're going to burn out. So find the why. And on top of that, understand that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. So any business you build, it's not going to be frictionless. Okay, there's always going to be problems. There's always going to be things that are hard because business is hard. It can be very simple, but if business was easy, everyone would be rich. But just because it's hard doesn't mean you can't do it. All you have to do is keep working through the hard parts and you're going to get to the reward, to the treasure. So don't let shiny object syndrome get you. If you have an idea or a business you want to do, go for it. Learn about it. If you learn a strategy, apply it. Okay, and then once you're seeing results and you've actually tested it, then you can try another strategy or add on to it or tweak it. A lot of people, they start with one strategy and then the minute they get some resistance, they're like, oh, look, a new strategy. And then they start the second one and then they end up here, just going down this wave. Whether it's the strategy or the business itself, you have to be consistent over a long period of time. That is the only way you're going to see results. And the last very bad habit that I quit was quitting the fear of judgment. Now, when I started, and I still have this sometimes, but I've become very good at not letting it get to me because I know what I want and why I want it. But when you're starting out, the fear from your friends, your family, maybe your coworkers, anyone you know who might be judging you for starting on a path that is different from what they believe in. You know, a lot of people believe or they just know the path that get educated, you get a good job, you work your way up, you buy a house, you get a better job or a raise, a bigger house, a nicer car, you get married, you have kids, and you just, flex how good of a job and how big your house and how nice of a car you have. And that's fine. If that makes you happy, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But people who follow that path, a lot of them aren't open to the idea of there being something different. Or when they see someone who's doing something different that might lead them to a better life that's more successful, they don't always like that because it can make them feel insecure or feel bad if that person who did something different ends up being more successful than them. People root for you when you're starting out, but once you actually become successful, emotions get involved. People might feel jealous, they might feel insecure, they might question their choices, and that can lead to haters. But it's okay. If you just aren't afraid of being judged, then it can't affect you. You just need to focus on what you need to do. Your life is in your hands, not all these other people's who are telling you what you should do or shouldn't do or judging you. It doesn't matter, all right? It doesn't matter how all of the stars are aligned, what all the judgment people are having. What matters is your own mind and your own actions. That is what's going to determine your life and your future. So confidently take action. Be confident in what you're doing. Even if you don't 100% know what you're doing, you will figure it out along the way. And that's what having faith in yourself is. When you don't let other people's judgment determine your future, and you trust yourself enough, you have faith in yourself, you'll find a way. So if you got these 7 things on lock, you're gonna be good. Now, once again, I made a course helping coaches go from $0 to $10,000 a month. It has everything that you need to start your business and grow your business to $10,000 a month. And if you want it, it's free. Just click the link in the description below and you can get the full course and launch your business. I know that if you have faith in yourself, you are very capable and you're gonna go crush it. So go ahead, get the course, and go build your business and your dream life.